Before we jump into the video, I wanted to film this short intro to give you a bit of backstory on what you're about to watch. This video is going to be a live call between me and Nick, one of my consultants that I've been working with for the past 4 to 5 months now, who has scaled his agency from dead broke $200 a month to over $25,000 recurring month after month. And whether you're somebody brand new to OFM or making $10,000, $15,000 a month, we talk about not only these systems that has gotten Nick to that point, but also how he's scaled past 10K, 15K, and gotten to a recurring point at $25,000 per month. So whether you're a complete beginner, somebody already making money, or maybe you're already at 10K a month, this video does break down so much more than the average YouTube video. This is not only a case study, but also huge value for you guys to implement the same stuff that he is running, the stuff that people pay me to tell them, into your agency. And of course, it's posted here on YouTube for all of you guys for completely free. But I won't make this intro too long. Let's go ahead and jump into the call, but just know that this call has so much more value than meets the eye and really is worth listening to if you are taking OFM seriously. But other than that, enjoy the video. All right, yo, what's good, Nick? How are you, man?
Doing good, Griffin. How about you, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. All right, so yeah, we're basically gonna walk through pretty much your entire journey since you've joined inside. So we can pretty much just jump straight into it if you're ready. You ready, man?
Sure, for sure. Let's get it.
So yeah, for everybody who's watching right now, Nick, can you tell them a little bit about where you were before joining Fantra and where you are now, currently with your agency?
For sure, yeah. So before joining, it was like a chaos. Like I was all over the place, didn't know what to do, where to go, what I was doing at the time. So it was like very confusing for me. But after joining, it's been a blast. Like in 4 months, we've been doing like 25K with just two creators. And right now we're signing actually more. Like we have two, three more on the way signing. Everything is falling into place. Just like it's perfect. I don't know how to say it.
Hell yeah, bro. I mean, last time we talked, you were at like 19K, right? You already got to
Yeah,
25 now?
yeah, even less. I think like 17, 16K.
Damn, bro, good stuff. I mean, let's throw up those numbers somewhere on screen right now. You'll send me some screenshots after this, but for everybody watching, so that's 25K a month total right now across two creators. And where you were last year, or I guess before you joined the consulting like 6 months ago, you're making zero, right?
Yeah, it was like zero. We had like two, three creators, but they were like lazy, making content. We're not talking with them the right way that we should, not coaching them. So yeah, it was like $200 a month, which is basically zero for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically nothing. So damn, man. I mean, tell me a little bit about it. How does it feel, now that you're making 25K a month? Like, what is the biggest differences there in your life? Like, as far as like from zero all the way to 25 now.
It's crazy. Like my whole life did the 360, where I was like stressing over the models, not making content or not finding a model or not making money. It's like right now I'm chill. It's like your my life has opened up of freedom because you have like the charters, you have everything in place, you have all the systems in place running, and you just manage them. So it feels great, like knowing I'm running a business that's actually making money and I can make a living out of it and also help my parents and everyone around me.
Yeah, I know your big thing because you had a partner in this, right? Theo?
Yeah, 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 my brother.
Yeah, I mean, is it the same thing kind of for him? Like y'all both are
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. We're
scared
like
of it?
we're flying together. We're flying together.
Yeah, I mean, like to be honest, bro, I fucking love seeing it. Like a lot of guys, they'll hit like their first like 10K, 15K a month and they'll take the foot off the gas. But I remember when I spoke to you guys when we had that call that you hit your first 10K, you were like, this is not the end. This is just the beginning of a
Yeah,
huge empire, bro. And like so that was like what? A month and a half ago? 2 months maybe? And now you're
yeah,
at
yeah.
25, you've doubled it.
It's crazy. It's been crazy.
That's fucking awesome,
We're
bro.
only up from here. Like, if you have a target of like 100K per month and getting to 25, there's no reason to take your foot off the gas. Like, I'm not even halfway where I want to be. So there's no point of taking my foot off the pedal.
Yeah, no. Like what separates the guys making like, 20 versus 100, it really is just like the systems in place and like we discussed earlier of like not stopping. Like you genuinely have to stay committed, keep going, like the road doesn't end. And I think you've definitely realized that. So good shit, bro.
Yeah, to be honest, like, there's a lot of guys just making like some amount of money and then just blowing it all away. And
Yeah, doesn't work. All right, bro. So I mean like let's break down those systems that's getting you to those 25K a month. I mean like right now you're managing two creators, right?
yeah,
And I remember like before those two creators, you had another creator, but like she just wasn't really performing, wasn't making content. So I mean, for everybody who's watching, walk everyone through kind of like what the main differences were from that first creator, what you were doing with her, and now what you're doing. Like, what is the system change? How has everything changed? What is the feeling like? What's implemented? Everything like that.
Yeah, basically in simple words, before we were like it was a side hustle with me and my brother, and now it's more like a business. Like we're the CEOs, we have employees, we have manager for them, we have everything. We're keeping in touch with the models and having like a relationship manager talking with her daily. So it's like instead of it being like a side hustle with my brother, right now it's a whole business and a whole setup, and everything is just running smoothly, and we're just checking along the way instead of being like a slave of my own agency.
Yeah. I like to say that like a lot of people they buy themselves a job by getting into businesses and not actually treating it like a business besides building a business, which I think that's something that you guys have done. So like what kind of specifically for like people at home watching, like what specific businesses or not really businesses, but obviously like systems, what really clicked to make that feel like you're in a business rather than buying yourself a job?
Yeah, just so you get an idea, like before we had no SOPs, like I didn't even know the term SOP. So right now, like we have SOPs, we have employees, we have chatters, we have VAs, we even have like managers for the employees. So if they're getting lazy, there's a manager always like on top of them. And basically other systems that you gave for us, and they're really helpful. And yeah, just like everything is kind of flowing, you know.
Yeah.
It's not all over the place. Just like flowing, this system follows the other system, and then that follows the other one, and everything falls into place. All the employees are working, they're happy, and just everything is going smoothly.
I feel like a lot of guys, and I agree with that. I feel like a lot of guys, what their biggest issue is they feel like everything's kind of messy, like you're saying, and they having to do 10 hours of work that if there was a system in place would only take, an hour, hour and a half maybe. What are like the top two systems or like teams that you would make sure that any agency owner, if they were to create an agency that was making 10K a month or, system that they have to have in order to make that sort of money, what kind of specific systems would you say those would be?
For sure, chatting, you need to be covered on this one because chatting, you can't be like over the screen 24/7 chatting because it's gonna take a lot of energy away from you, and it's also gonna take time of doing important tasks. So, for example, instead of spending your time on chatting, you're gonna be spending your time on how to improve your actual agency or how to improve the content of the model and the agency overall. Because when I was doing the chatting all day with my brother, I had my mind only on the chatting and nothing else, and I couldn't grow. Like my mind was too occupied. So for sure chatting, and then having VAs for the social media, like creating the videos. Like okay, you get the ideas, you can find ideas, but then also creating the videos and putting captions or anything like that, it takes time as well. It's like a task that anyone can do, like a 5-year-old can do, like giving them trends and they're just making them. So again, it's like 2, 3, 4, 5 hours off your day, and then you have like more time to focus on like actually building something instead of being a slave for it.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. All right, man. So, I mean, let's kind of flip the script over towards creators because I'm sure creator management, relationship, retention is a big issue that some guys have. What does that kind of like look like for you? Like, are you calling these models daily? Like, what is your call schedule, your touches? Like, how often are you contacting them? Are you sending them reels, ideas every day? Like, what does that look like for you?
Yeah, sure. Just some sauce for anyone watching. You shouldn't treat a model like it's an object. Like you should see her as a person, as an actual girl, because she's a girl, so she has emotions. She's like every other girl out there. Because before I was just like, yeah, just take these reels for me and just go on with them, and we wouldn't talk like for a week. So now I have a relationship manager in place. He's talking with her daily, everything what she needs, like helping her along the way, telling her what to do, etc. And then I come in as the CEO in her eyes, and we're doing calls weekly, checking up on her, how is everything going, her health, like also talking on a personal level. Like having a personal connection with the model is really important. Being able to talk, like if there's something she needs to talk about, being good in her mind, her psychology is top because if her mind is somewhere else, has problems in her life, she's not gonna be focused on making good content for you. So talking with the model like daily, having someone daily touch up with her, and me getting on a call with her to see how everything is going, it's really important.
No, I think that a lot of guys they mess up because whilst they're talking to these girls, they do treat it like you said, like an object, like it's just a work client, not really a partner. Because in this kind of business, you really do need to have a partnership over a work relationship.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, you need to have like a balance between like friendship and being a business partner, but having a nice balance between the two is really important because most people just have it like, oh, she's my business partner. I'm gonna talk to her like we're closing a multi-million-dollar deal, and it's gonna be like, what?
100%, bro. Yeah. Because I remember one of our first calls that we had, like I was telling you the importance of that, of creating
Yeah.
that daily, communication, that structure with them. So do you think that like that shift has been beneficial for you in the long run?
It's been like big time change for us. Like what you said and the SOPs you gave us for talking to models and how to talk to them and everything, it's been super helpful. And I think that's actually the turning point we needed.
And not just about like talking to them necessarily, but also how you communicate. Like
Yeah.
what structures are for what group chats are for where, how is the content distributed? Do you feel like making it very efficient and easy for models to distribute content and get in communication with you is also a very important thing?
Plays a big role because if you give her like a system where it's like too complicated, do X, 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 and Y and Z, and like have five different things to do before uploading a video, it's gonna be super confusing for her. So like having systems, having a content delivery system and everything like that is super important when running a model.
All right, let's flip the script over to content, man. Content's huge. Everybody's biggest issue is always going to be marketing. I mean, I even hear that in my own DMs, is everybody has issues with marketing. And I know that you said before you joined that you were just posting whatever and hoping it was work, and that was one of your issues as well, getting into the game. And so what kind of has changed so far? Like what have you started implementing now that you've joined, you've gotten access to like what we do? How are those systems and like content strategies been working for you?
Yeah, to be honest, it was one of our biggest problems having doing the right marketing because we were just posting any idea that come to mind, hoping to get views, and it would be stuck at like 100, 200 views maximum. So right now, like with the systems you gave us and the info you gave us, we've been actually able to look at the market, look at what's trending, what's not, style selection, niche selection for the model. Like, yeah, you might find a good niche, but it's important that that niche fits into the model because if her personality is different from that niche, it's not gonna work. So being able to try different styles for her, track the numbers, track everything because numbers is everything. If you go in blind and hoping something would work, or if you think in your mind that that niche fits her, it might actually don't fit her. Like if you look at the numbers, so tracking is the biggest thing in marketing, and then like having a creative mind, I would say, is also a big up.
What's your process now? Like how you're doing the style selection, how you're, making sure that hey, this content isn't working, this content is working. Like what does that process kind of break down for you nowadays?
So what we do is we like for a model when we start her to get like five, six, seven styles and just test everything. So by test I mean post like 20, 30 videos like you said, and then just like kind of check which are the two best ones like for views, non-followers, reach and everything. Just like checking it, and then from the best ones we pick those two and then add the third style so we can find the third style that's good for her so we have like diversity, then just keep adding styles to see what's best because we always want the best. If something is mid, the numbers are mid, we're just gonna settle for something that's like mid if we can have something that's top. So we look for the top quality niche for the model. That's how like basically we work.
Right, because like if you were to just stay on that one style or whatever it was for a month, 2 months, I know guys that just repeat the same amount of content because it's like easier to do. But if you stay on that amount of content for months and months and it isn't performing, you need to move on. And so like you found that like 20 to 30 videos is usually the marker to see if something's performing or not, something's worth it or not. And that has definitely helped you scale your content and your marketing, you would say.
Yeah, because like to be honest, there's a small percent of luck, let's say, in marketing. So if we only post like 5 videos or 10 videos, there's not enough numbers to see like if actually something performs because something can perform good at the start and then after like 15 videos drop, or the opposite, something in the start might be like 100 views and then just take off. So it's really important to have high volume to see the best numbers available and then just go from there.
And I think that's honestly like what a bunch of agency owners miss out on is that tracking. Like they don't track, they just treat it like a side hustle, like you were saying earlier. And they do post like those 5 videos and like, oh, it's not working or oh, it's working great. They're just so quick and preemptive to make that decision. So yeah, for anybody watching, if you are doing that, listen to my boy Nick here. He definitely needs to be posting 20 to 30 videos. I mean, you would say that's for pretty much everyone, right?
Yeah, everyone should do that.
All right, Nick. So, I got to ask, at least from the program, man, what has helped you, like, from these past 4 months out of the program itself, really make that difference and that key switch to get to the point where you are now? Like, from calls, feedback, whatever it was, like, what has been that really kind of key ticket for you?
The direct feedback was definitely my favorite because like having someone that's been successful in the industry reviewing your content, your agency structure or anything and giving you direct feedback is something that a course can't buy. Like having a course giving you just a framework of like let's say marketing without having feedback, it's nothing. So basically, yeah, the feedback and the calls, like with you having to giving us like sauce, and also talking with other guys in the program, sharing our ideas. And then of course, like I'm not saying they're not helpful, but the SOPs and everything in there, it's super simple, super like organized. So those actually helped a lot. But yeah, the direct feedback was a game changer for me.
I love that, bro. And like, especially with you, bro, it's like you're one of the guys who didn't just take the information, the feedback that I give you, and just kind of take it in one ear and out the other, which like some guys do. Like, it's obviously a thing of like you get access to this, and it really does depend on how and who and where you use it. And you're one of the guys that I think definitely was using every bit of information that I was giving them, making sure that they were using it and not just sitting on the information and staying stagnant.
Yeah, to be honest, like everyone gets the info and process it differently in their mind. But that's not an excuse to not take action. Like even if you don't understand something, just take action on it and everything will fall into place. Like most people just get stuck up on, oh my God, like what should I do here? Or the small details that just keep them back. So just take action and like you will see how everything unfolds.
Exactly. All right, bro. So, last few questions here. Let's kind of wrap it up. What would you tell somebody who's in OFM, maybe watching my videos, watching just normal YouTube content, but doesn't know if they should really pull the trigger on whether that be a coaching program, a consulting, this, something else, or just actually doing the work? What would you kind of tell that person to maybe push them over the edge? Like, what would your advice be?
First of all, in terms of like thought process, if you're not ready to invest in yourself and your business to make it grow, you're already set up for failure. Like if you're, oh my God, I'm gonna make money and save as much as I can and not invest in myself and just go and buy drinks, food or anything, you're set up to fail. So just don't think about it too much. Don't overthink. Just pull the trigger. Like you have someone in the space that's making money giving you direct feedback. Like what more do you want? Like there's nothing more than that.
And like, what would you tell somebody who is maybe hesitant about joining, maybe doesn't see the full value in it? What's kind of been like your pushing over edge? Like, what made you really see that this value is worth it?
I mean, I can see, I also like to read people. So I see that you're a guy that actually cares about someone and it's not just like, okay, yeah, just do this, and whatever happens, happens. You're actually a guy that cares about someone, will spend your time, even if you're full and you're busy, you're gonna give up your time just to help someone. So that actually was something nice for me. And that's what I looked forward to, and that's why I joined the program, to be honest.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. And I gotta ask you this, man, because you know how honestly kind of crazy and terrible the OFM space is with all these gurus, the scams, the marketplaces. It's a whole thing. Everybody in the industry knows about it. So, what would you say to somebody who's kind of like hesitant to pull the trigger again? Maybe they did in the past, but they got burned from either a course seller, somebody on Telegram, somebody that's just been burned before in the past and is hesitant to take action now due to that. What would your kind of advice be?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you fail once, you're gonna give up. Like, is that your thought process? Like, okay, you bought into a scam, but that's your problem. Like, did you research it enough? Like, there's someone, me, like, giving you advice and everything that I got from Griffin, and I'm successful. Like, I'm making 25K a month. I'm 20 years old. So if that doesn't motivate you enough to join, I mean, like, there's nothing else that will. So if you don't want to join, that's like,
I also like to say it as in like I use this analogy a lot is like if you were to get a girlfriend and that girlfriend cheated on you, like would that stop you from going to find your wife? Like no, you would continue to try and find that perfect girl. It doesn't mean that every girl out there is terrible. It's just you got to be more skeptical and read the signs earlier. Kind of like what you said, you got to read people.
yeah, I like to believe that everything that happens is my fault. Like even if I get scammed, I'm gonna be like, it's my fault. I should have seen that coming. You
Yeah,
know?
100%. Y'all boys take that from Nick. Whoever is watching right now, that is something that a mindset piece that a lot of people don't have is the ability to take 100% responsibility. And I've seen you grow. Like even over the past times that we've been inside of the consulting, I've personally seen you and Theo grow as not only like OFM agency owners, but also just people in general. Like the way that you handle yourself, the way you approach scenarios, and it's great to see. And I think a big part of that is like so many people love to make excuses for why they're not successful, why they're not at the point they want. But at the end of the day, excuses are never really the reason, the real reason of why you're not at that point. There's always an underlying reason. Like let's say your excuse for being late to work was because the traffic was bad, but like the real reason behind that was you didn't wake up enough time to allocate for the traffic being bad. And so there's always another reason behind it. And I think you guys especially have learned that. And also I think anyone who is going to be successful has to really understand that excuses aren't a thing and you really do have to take 100% responsibility for everything that happens to you and for you because it's because of you.
Yeah, people like underestimate the value that a good mindset gives you. Like they're all about making money, but what I like to think is like there's all these millionaires and billionaires out there that all of them like Bill Gates still reads a book a week. Yeah, discovers new things every day. Like he still pushes his mind to the limit, and it's his mindset is just improving day by day, like even if it's at the 1%. So why are you neglecting your mindset and just focus on money? Because if you don't grow as a person, your agency will never grow, in my opinion.
Yeah, I love that. I'll kind of wrap it up by saying this is like coaching or mentorship, like the consulting that we've created, it really isn't about the systems, the infrastructure. It's like you were saying earlier, it's about having somebody who's done it, give you that feedback, that advice, steer you in the right direction. Don't go here, don't do that, do this sort of thing. And I think you've definitely used it and taken it and ran the fuck up with it. Hitting 25K a month in 4 months. Love it. Absolutely love to see it. Quite literally the definition of who I'm looking to work for. So awesome, man. But other than that, bro, that's pretty much all I wanted to ask you, Nick. I appreciate for your time, for hopping on here. And guys, listen, if you're somebody watching this, I am personally taking on a few people within the next month to use the same systems, give those same advice, even add more with the advancements that we're adding to the consulting. Same systems that Nick has used, implemented, and gotten to the point that he has. And also, boys, don't forget, I think, Nick, you were in the Telegram group before you even joined the consulting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, boys, don't forget about the Telegram group. We do giveaways in there all the time. If you haven't already, you're missing out. It's one of the best OFM Telegram groups. I try to keep it very clean. I don't allow selling. I don't allow people scamming. When there is scams, obviously it's inevitable to happen, but I make sure to make it as clean and as useful for you boys as possible. We're dropping sauce in there pretty much every single week. So if you guys are interested in that, that'll be the first link in the description as well. But other than that, bro, like I said, that's pretty much it, Nick. I appreciate your time and thanks for hopping on, bro.
Thank you for helping me, man. Thank you for the journey.
100%, dog. So that pretty much sums it up. That has been Nick's story of how he has come from zero all the way to $25,000 per month. Nick is literally the definition of somebody that if you put your mind to something, you put 10x actions behind information and help that people give you, you can achieve your goals. And it goes for everybody else as well. You heard us talking about mindset and dedication. Anyone can conquer that. Anyone can become somebody they're not. Change is inevitable when you are wanting to make $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 per month if you have not done that already. It's just like the saying goes, if you give somebody $100,000 who is only making 1K a month, they're probably going to lose that money. But if you give that same $100,000 to somebody who's doing 50, 100K per month, then they will know how to use that appropriately. So you genuinely have to redevelop your mindset, change the way you make decisions, change the way that you act, and genuinely put 10x levels of action behind anything you do. And I promise you, with the right information backed by that, you will hit your goals. So like we've discussed in the video, if you are interested in getting into the same program, the same systems, and the same environment that Nick has to see that success in his own agency, there's a link in the description for you to check out to join a absolutely free Telegram community and also a waitlist to see if you are a fit for the inner program. Drop a comment on this video with any questions for either me or Nick. We're both going to be replying to comments on this one, but let me know if you guys like this video as well. Other than that, that's really all I have to say. As always, it's been Griffin, and peace out, boys.